I'm an Australian and Women on Boards originated in Australia, and I have friends who are a member of Women on Boards in Australia. They were the ones that encouraged me to do the Getting Started workshop. They said it was the best way to get your CV ready.
I first came across Women on Boards at the City Women's Network breakfast briefing back in November 2012. The discussion really inspired me to apply for a board, and most importantly made me realise I didn't need to wait to be at board level in my current career.
I'm Sally Ann Hibbard, and I've recently retired from my executive life to build a non-executive portfolio.
We have been huge supporters of Women on Boards UK really since, actually before its entry into the UK market, and we being Aberdeen in this context. Aberdeen Asset Manager is one of the largest of the investment groups across Europe now, and board governance is very, very important to us. Women on Boards UK provides a fabulous way, not to give women training. Women are fantastic, they don't need trained per se. What women need is information, and Women on Boards UK has been a marvellous source of information, both around what goes on in the boardroom and what to expect when you get in the boardroom, but also at a really practical level, what jobs are out there on boards and what do you need to make sure that your application for those positions ticks all the right boxes.
I have to say the workshop was brilliant. It helped me to think about my career and to really understand the skills that my day-to-day job gives me that are relevant for a board position. It helped me to build a CV for a non-executive director role, to understand my skills and how they were valued in the board selection process, to find the board jobs, to apply for them, and to really understand the board selection process. It gave me the confidence to put my name forward.
I was lucky enough to be an employee of a corporate sponsor, so I had immediate access to the Women on Boards vacancy listing. So I spent some time browsing the vacancies and really was looking for something that I had a genuine interest in. I was very conscious that it would be something else in my life I needed to find the time for outside of work and family. And that's when I found Volleyball England advertisement. The application end date was only a few days away, so I had to quickly create my board CV and send off the application form without chance to attend one of the sessions.
Making the transition from executive to non-executive life requires a personal rebranding. I use the GE personal brand model, which says there are 3 parts to your personal brand: performance, image, and exposure. In the non-executive context, performance is your executive performance and how you can get across your achievements in a succinct way, not just a rehash of your row profiles. Image: what would people say about your suitability for non-exec roles, and what transferable skills do you bring? And exposure: who knows about the first 2, and that you want to make the move. Women on Boards UK supports all 3. CV reworking, NED workshops on how to present your brand, and networking. And of course, most important of all, job adverts so you can put it all into practice. It's not limited to just the most senior women. It's never too early to start to build skills for your current executive life or your future portfolio career.
I was pleasantly surprised when I got invited for interview. And that's when I really paused and thought I should reach back to Women on Boards for some advice and to thank them for finding the signpost. The response was just superb. Fiona linked me up with the UK Sport Head of Governance, who I then met with for a coffee, and she talked through with me the whole sporting bodies arena and really gave me great advice on what the role of being on the board meant in reality. Fiona also linked me up with the CEO of Volleyball England. Felt quite sneaky, not sure it was something I'd have thought to do on my own, but I had a great call with Lisa and again really got some insight into the challenges the organisation were facing and what gaps they had on the board, where I could help. I researched the responsibility of being a non-exec director, that was the role that was advertised, and a bit more into Volleyball England. So I went into the interview feeling really prepared, and I got the role.
It encourages women to put themselves forward for board roles, women who might not previously have thought about it but are fantastically well qualified. And it's also very transparent about showing what opportunities are out there on boards. I think one of the things that we particularly like is the diversity of board roles which you can find on the Women on Boards UK website. It's not just not-for-profit, it's not just corporate boards, it's not just public sector boards, it's all of the above. And one of the things that as investors we value around the boardroom table in the companies in which we invest is diversity, is breadth of experience. So gaining experience in your career through a wide variety of sectors, either through executive or non-executive positions, is one way of getting that breadth of experience, which is so valuable at the top of our largest companies.
I've been in the role for about a year now, and I'm still surprised and very proud of the value I think I'm able to add to that board and the wider leadership team.
Women on Boards UK have supported me in this transition by providing networking opportunities and personal support as I go through this journey.
Women on Boards gave me the inspiration to apply, it gave me the sight of the vacancy, and most of all the support to get that role.
I think it'd be great that someday in the future, on the shortlist of every board position is going to be a woman.